Since photography's invention in the 1800s, countless photos have been taken, from iconic to deeply sad. Alongside these are terrifying photographs that will put you on the edge of your seat. Take a look at some of the scariest photos ever taken. The man depicted is Martin Lorello, born Martin Emmerling, from Nuremberg, Germany. He was an anatomical wonder who could turn his head 180 degrees. David A. Johnston, 13 hours before the eruption of Mount St. Helens took his life. The last night at Jonestown, Russian soldiers find a pile of ash. A photo of the 2012 Aurora shooter posing with his gun before taking the lives of 12 people at a movie theater. From 1940 to 1956, George Metesky, known as the Mad Bomber, strategically placed over 30 explosive devices in various public locations throughout New York City, resulting in injuries to at least 15 individuals. The Pashanka Bone Fields, Eastern Front, WW2, the Elephant's Foot of Chernobyl, inside the mouth of a frilled shark. Look closely at those teeth. Bruce McCandless, the first astronaut to float untethered in space. Inside a leatherback turtle's mouth. What some people believe to be a photo of Edward Mordrake. The Exorcism of Anneliese Michel. Mannequins in the Nevada desert used for nuclear testing. When Reverend K. F. Lord captured this image in 1963 at the Newby Church in North Yorkshire, England, it was greeted with doubt, as many thought the ghostly figure was simply a result of clever double exposure. Despite this skepticism, Lord insisted that the apparition in the photograph was authentic and not manipulated. The oubliette in the lower dungeon of Warwick Castle. At first glance, this picture might not seem particularly eerie, but on closer inspection you can discern the silhouette of a person clad in black. This was the final photo taken by Dalen Pua. He texted this image to his mother, mentioning that he felt someone was trailing him. Tragically, Dalen never made it back home from his walk and remains missing to this day. Tragically, Dalen never made it back home from his walk and remains missing to this day. The skull of Mary Magdalene. Island of the Dolls in Mexico, Esparta Palma. Men playing around with bones at the Colon Cemetery, Cuba. Nursery abandoned after the Chernobyl disaster. Abandoned supermarket after the Fukushima disaster. One of 2 nuclear bombs accidentally dropped in North Carolina, 1961. Three girls moments before they were hit by a train. Le Passe-Muraille is a sculpture from 1943. The last photo of Omaira Sanchez alive after her legs were pinned by debris after a volcanic eruption in Colombia, 1985. Leonid Rogozov performs an appendectomy on himself during a Soviet expedition to Antarctica, 1962. A baby alone at a train station after surviving a Japanese attack, 1937. The skeletal remains of a Soviet soldier with his gear still on from World War II. A South Vietnamese paratrooper threatens a Viet Cong fighter with a knife during an interrogation, 1969. Edward Peisnell, the Beast of Jersey. A car escaping the eruption of Mount Pinatubo in the Philippines, 1991. Photo by Sir Albert Garcia, Manila Bulletin. Members of the Heaven's Gate cult who, in March of 1997, were convinced to take their own lives by leader Marshall Applewhite. They believed Earth was about to be wiped out and that taking their lives was necessary to escape and reach an alien spaceship that was traveling behind the Hale-Bopp comet. A statue of Saint Bartholomew wearing his own skin. A hermit crab uses a human skull as shell. The skeletal remains of a mother and her unborn child. A child skull with its baby teeth. Pinhead holding a baby. Tarantula infected with Cordyceps. A 17th century mask used on the insane. Fungi growing out of a fox's skull. Spinal cord and brain. Mother scorpion carrying her babies on her back. Two wax department store mannequins melt during a heat wave in London, 1929. Snaggletooth snake eel. The first picture of the electric chair being used on a person. Her name was Ruth Snyder. Missing child Jacob Wetterling's clothing and remains found after he was missing for 29 years. The grand chandelier in the Bone Church at Kutna Hora outside Prague in the Czech Republic. A Serbian paramilitary kicks the body of a woman in Bosnia, 1992.